Greetings, yes. I've just completed watching Lethe, the next episode of tonight's binge watch of Star Trek Discovery. Lethe. They introduce us to Ash Tyler, from last episode. It's apparently only been a week, not several weeks. The Admiral lady is not sure whether that's a good idea, so she's going to show up later. The story opens with this a story of sort of a terrorist attack on Sarek's shuttle that's on route to a nebula, en route to a Klingon conference. Vulcan extremists try to blow up part of the ship, I guess, and that strands him. Burnham is apparently his stepdaughter, so she's got like a connection through the mind melds or something, and she senses that he's in trouble on the ship, and they go out and rescue him. The admiral shows up and advises that they go rescue Sarek, so that's kind of part of the mission. Then the admiral shows up to hang out with Lorca, and she discovers that he's kind of nuts, and they have sex, because, sure. They don't actually show that, they show the aftermath. Meanwhile, Burnham and Tilly and the security dude, who he lets be the security officer, after knowing him for only a week. Doesn't make any sense that he'd do that. Kirk would never do that. Picard would never do that. I don't think Janeway would do that either. The Admiral is similar to Janeway. She's also similar to in Cillian space. She would be the Angie. She'd be the Arlene Benton of the Distant Destinies. But slightly less observant than those people. I think the Angie would be more aware that Lorca was crazy. She'd be more like, I guess, I don't know. She'd be, is it supposed to be Dax Paris? Is that what it is? Or Dax? That still doesn't make sense. Yeah, Dax would have the accumulated knowledge of like the hundreds of years in her host. Because that's not what's going on. So Lethe, they have to go rescue Sarek. Inside Sarek's mind, he lied about their entrance to the Academy thing, because it's either choose Spock or her to go to the Academy. And he chose Spock. Because the script justified it. And that was the crux of the story, basically. Meanwhile, Lorca shacks up with the Admiral, which would be against protocol, mind you. The Admiral wouldn't shack up with a subordinate. That would be against the rules. That's very much like the Cillian TMS stories, which have not come out yet, so they couldn't have read them. But yeah, it's like that. Like, it would be like if Picard was shagging an Admiral. It just wouldn't happen. Well, that one episode, Picard shagged the Judge Advocate lady, but that was different. Anyway, so it was what's the name of the episode? It was Lethe. It's got a terrorist attack. They're trying to be modern, do a sort of Al Qaeda / ISIS thing, Brotherhood thing, which is, put a modern political spin in there. That's fine, but the Vulcans extremists just don't like humans, so they're like the spin-off of that group from Terra First, from Terra Note Firma back in Terra Prime back in Enterprise. That'd be kind of interesting, but they're Vulcan version. Okay. If this is a spin-off of Enterprise, then it makes sense, but it's not really canon with the other universe. Everything looks so much different. It's more advanced. So naturally, Admiral goes in place of Sarek, who they rescue Sarek from using the mind mill. They rescue him. So they rescue him. But meanwhile, Admiral goes in his place, and she's of course captured by the Klingon. And Lorca, who apparently got in an argument with the Admiral lady, well, apparently they did actually. He doesn't go after her. He just lets her get captured by the Klingons because apparently, secretly, he's evil. Apparently, he is actually Mr. Malfoy. He's certainly not Paris or Locarno. He's genuinely evil. I don't think Locarno's character, well, maybe Locarno, but not Paris, would do that to the Admiral lady. It's kind of a mean thing to do. So is he like an alien or something, or a turncoat anyway? Because that's kind of what they're implying. I have read some of the reviews and seen some of the stuff ahead of this one. I had seen a review of this episode on Trek Yards and another review on another channel. And so I knew kind of what was going to happen to the Admiral lady and the Vulcan and all that stuff. So I had seen a review of this one. And they're clearly setting up Lorca as evil, and also the guy, the security guy. They're setting him up as like his buddy, obviously. But but the real bed buddies are the gay doctor and the gay mold guy, who is apparently the real mold guy is probably not, but in this show that he's based on Stamets. But apparently this character is. And he's acting really weird now that he's been injected with myceline, like dust or whatever. Silly Trek dust. Not myceline. But yes. Yeah, so that was Lethe. It wasn't bad. Wasn't awful. It was reminiscent of some episodes of BSG, and it of course has one of the plot points of Axanar, because this series is clearly Axanar, which is why they sued Axanar to prevent them from making this show. They could have just made a deal with them. They could have just said, okay, well, why don't we put your guys' names in the credits and stuff and just do that. But it's sort of like the new Picard show now. They're like, they have to ask us. So that's, they haven't. Anyway, so, obviously kidding. Yes, yeah, we're not making a profit from fan films. We didn't do what they did. Lethe. It's Lethe. Lethe. I guess it's named after the Admiral, I guess. Lorca's clearly evil, or wants to be evil, but in its psych evaluation, which begs the question, like, what is the criteria of their psych evaluations in Star Trek? Are they just like, a psychopath can just fake it? Like, I think they would, yeah. Why would they put him in charge of this, like, weird ship that goes through space? And we was a little nuts to begin with, but it's kind of odd. Yes, I know some other stuff over there happens, but yeah, this is Lethe. I'm not going to watch any more episodes on this DVD yet. This was episode 6 tonight. This is it for tonight, and yeah, it was alright.